Welcome once again to my channel. In this video we will explore trigonometric ratios, and we use trigonometric ratios to find unknown sides and angles of right angled triangles or right triangles. With me I have Vladimir that will be assisting me. Vladimir, say hi to the viewers and subscribers. Hey viewers and subscribers, I am Vladimir. Welcome. Okay, good. Now, my previous video, I explored Pythagoras Theorem, and we said that we use Pythagoras Theorem when given two sides of a right angle triangle, and to find that third side, we use Pythagoras Theorem. However, with trigonometric ratios, we use this when given two sides and we wish to find an angle, or given an angle and a side and we wish to find a second side of the right angle triangle. So what is trigonometric ratio? Simple. The sine of an angle, I shorten this as SIN, is equal to the ratio of its opposite side divided by the hypotenuse. The cosine of an angle, I write it as COS for short, is equal to the ratio of its adjacent side divided by the hypotenuse. And the tangent of an angle, we shorten it as TAN, is equal to the ratio of its opposite side divided by its adjacent side. So, in this video, we will find an unknown side of right angle triangle. Given an angle and a side. But before we get into that, let us get into the basics. Here is a right angle, and the side opposite to the right angle is our hypotenuse, HYP for short. Now if I consider this side here as the angle, then the side opposite to this angle here is what I call the opposite side. And the third side will be the adjacent side. However, if I change this and I consider the angle at the bottom here, then my advice to you is to identify the hypotenuse. And we know the hypotenuse is the side opposite the right angle. So this side is my hypotenuse, and the side opposite to the given angle is my opposite side. And then the third side, we know it's the adjacent side. Good. Now the question is, when do you use sine, when do you use cos, or when do you use the tangent? Now, these questions we are given the angles, and we will be given one side. So before we get into that, let us understand something. We want to remember this. Sine is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. The cos of an angle is equal to the adjacent over the hypotenuse. And the tan of an angle is equal to the opposite over the adjacent. But how do I remember this? Vladimir, can you help them remember this? Hey, okay. Now, we can remember this by saying Sita opened her car and hid two overripe apples. Wow, that is a good way to remember that. And we all know we can also use some old horses can always hear their owner's approach. But Vladimir is telling us that an easy way to remember this is saying Sita opened her car and hid two overripe apples. Alright, so let us get to the first example. The first example here, we want to find the unknown side x. So when do we use sine, when do we use cos, and when do we use tan? Easy. Now continue looking at this video, because by the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of when to use sine, cos, or tan. So here we have opposite over the hypotenuse, adjacent over the hypotenuse, and the opposite over the adjacent. So we're given the angle. You identify the two other sides that we have. Now this side here, where the x is the opposite side. We want to find the opposite side. And where the 13 is, this is our hypotenuse. So we look and we see, opposite side, hypotenuse, check. So we use the sine of an angle. And this is what we write. Sine of an angle is equal to its opposite side divided by the hypotenuse. So since we are given the angle 25 degrees, then we write sine 25 degrees is equal to the opposite side, which is x, divided by the hypotenuse, which is 13 cm. When the unknown is at the top, we simply multiply 13 by sine 25. When the unknown is at the bottom, then we do the opposite, which is divide. So x is equal to, I multiply the bottom by this side. So we have 13 centimeters multiplied by sine 25 degrees. And we will simplify this. You want to show all your working. So 13 centimeters multiplied by sine 25 degrees will give us 0.422. And you will get marks for every step that you make. So x is equal to, when I multiply 13 by 0.422, we will have 5.5 cm, correct to 1 decimal place. Very, very easy. Again, in this video, we are finding unknown sides. In part 2 of my video on trigonometric ratio, we will find unknown angles. So just to recap, when to use sine, cos, or tan. When given the angle, we will be given one side and we have to find another side. So here we are given the hypotenuse, check, and we wish to find the opposite side, check. So we use sine. But let's look at question 2. We first identify what we are given and what we wish to find. So here we know that the side opposite to the right angle here is the hypotenuse. So we have to find the hypotenuse. This side is the adjacent side. So what do we use? Hypotenuse, unknown side. So I check. But we have two hypotenuse here. So we can check both. But which one we have to use? We eliminate one and we use one. The next side here is the adjacent side. So here we have the adjacent side. So therefore we use cos. So we write cos theta is equal to the adjacent side over its hypotenuse. Again, we're given 45 degrees as the angle. So cos 45 degrees is equal to the adjacent side is 12 cm divided by the hypotenuse, which is p. When the unknown is at the bottom, then we divide. When the unknown is at the top, we multiply. So P is equal to 12 cm divided by cos 45 degrees. Or we simply make P the subject, solve for P. P is equal to 12 centimeters divided by cos 45. Cos 45 on the calculator, cos 45 equal. You get 0.707. So P is equal to, when I divide 12 by 0.707, we have 17 cm. Very, very easy. So we decided to use cos because we are given the adjacent side, check, and we are asked to find the hypotenuse, check. So sine didn't meet the condition, so we ended up using the cos. But let's explore the third example. Here we have a triangle in a circle. And we know the angle in a semicircle is a right angle. We have the hypotenuse, the side opposite to the right angle here. This is the diameter or the hypotenuse. We're not given anything there. So h is out. This side we're given the angle. Sorry, the angle here, 25. So we're given, since this is the angle, this is the opposite side, 5 cm. And this is the adjacent side. So we're given the opposite. Opposite, opposite. But we have to use one. Which one do we use? Continue viewing this video and we will find out. This is the adjacent side. This side is adjacent to this angle. So we look for the adjacent. Do we see adjacent here? No. Cos is out. We have adjacent. So we use tan. And the tangent of an angle, or tan theta, is equal to the ratio of its opposite side divided by the adjacent side. So we write that first. We're stating exactly what we're using. So tan, hey, what is this angle? Vladimir, what is this angle? 25 degrees. Okay, thank you. So we have 25 degrees is equal to the, what is the opposite side here? The side opposite to this 25 is 5 cm. So we simply write 5 centimeters. Divided by my adjacent side is what I wish to find. So I write the W. Again, when the unknown is at the bottom, we divide. When the unknown is at the top, we multiply. So W is equal to 5 cm divided by tan 25 degrees. And we simplify this further. 5 cm divided by the tan 25 will give us 0.466. So W equal, when I divide 5 cm by 0.466, we will have 10.7 cm, correct to one decimal place. Part 2 of trigonometric ratios, shortened as trig ratios, we will find unknown angles. If you haven't yet viewed Pythagoras Theorem, then dive down into the description and you will see a link to that video. Vladimir, do you want to tell the viewers and subscribers anything? Viewers and subscribers, please remember to subscribe, like, share, view, and have fun. Okay, thank you. Well, thank you for watching, and sure to comment anything that you wish to use to remember the trig ratios. Some persons use some old horses and always hear their own approach. We use today, Sita opened her car and hid 2 overripe apples. Now you can comment with something that you wish to use in order to remember this. Once again, thank you for watching. Goodbye.